The secret to speaking perfect Tagalog. I gave away the secret in that sentence already, but in case you missed it, keep watching. I'll reveal some more after the intro. Hello learners, welcome to Learn Tagalog the Easy Way. I'm Ricky and I want to help you speak Tagalog. And I want to keep it fun and entertaining as well. If that sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing. Let's get to it. I noticed that in the other Learn Tagalog videos, they tend to focus on just translating certain phrases or certain expressions or translating certain words into Tagalog, and that's it. And they don't really get into the fundamentals of how you speak or how you pronounce Tagalog correctly. And I feel like that's important. Having said that, the secret to speaking perfect Tagalog actually lies in the vowels. Tagalog has the same set of vowels as the English alphabet: A, E, I, O, U. The main difference, and here is the secret to speaking perfect Tagalog, is that in Tagalog, we never pronounce the vowels long, meaning there are no long vowels in Tagalog. And because of that, the vowels are almost always pronounced a, e, I, o, u. Let me repeat that. A, e, I, o, u. One more time for good measure. A, e, I, o, u. So for A, for example, there will never be a Tagalog word where it's pronounced A. It will always be a. So it's either a or there's a stress or accent at the end, a. A. So it's always a and a. E and e. I and I. O and o. U and u. So the reason why I said I revealed it in the opening sentence of the video was because a typical American would actually pronounce Tagalog as Tagalog or Tagalog. So in another thing is in Filipino or in Tagalog, vowels are never pronounced in a round manner. It's always very square and very cornered. Think of it as the shape of a Mac versus the shape of a PC. You know how Apple products always have round rects in their products, and then PCs are always sharp cornered. Same for the Tagalog language or the Tagalog vowels compared to the English alphabet or English alphabet vowels. So we never pronounced a as a or e or e as e. You know how in the English alphabet, sometimes you pronounce e as e. In Tagalog, it will always be e. And for I, in the Tagalog language, or in the Tagalog alphabet, it will always be I and never I. And then for O, it will always be O or O and never O. It will never be O. For you, it will never be it will always be U or U. To give you some examples, I will use some Tagalog words and use them in a sentence and translate them to English so you can see the difference. So, for example, for a, mama mayan, mama mayan, mama mayan, which means people. Mama mayan means people. So you see, it's never me mayan or mama mayan. It's always mayan. And I understand this will take a lot of practice and a lot of exercising your vocal cords and your throat muscles and your mouth muscles to make that sound. Ma, yan. Ma, yan, which means people. Used in a sentence, hindi mapakali ang mga mamamayan. In English, that means the people are restless. Hindi mapakali ang mga mamamayan. The people are restless. So that's A. Just remember, it is never pronounced as A or A. It will always be A or A. Another example of a Tagalog word which has a lot of A's in it is pamahalaan. 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 Now, I use this example because there are two A's in there that are beside each other. In the English alphabet or in the English language, we might pronounce that as just an, or just pronounce them together, ah. In India, you know how they have naan bread and but it's actually spelled naan, but it's pronounced naan. So in the Tagalog language, you actually pronounce both A's or both vowels. Pamahalaan. Pamahalaan, which means government. Pamahalaan is government. Pamahalaan means government. Used in a sentence, ang pamahalaan ng Pilipinas ay pinamumunuan ng Pangulo. Ang pamahalaan ng Pilipinas ay pinamumunuan ng Pangulo. In English, that translates to, the government of the Philippines is headed by the President. The government of the Philippines is headed by the President. Let's go to E, or in the Tagalog alphabet, E or E. An example of a word with the E vowel is aeroplano. Aeroplano. Aeroplano, which means airplane. Now, in English, or a typical American, or if you're speaking with an American accent, you might pronounce that as aeroplano. Aeroplano. Aeroplano, where the vowels are very round. Aeroplano. Or you might even say aeroplano. Aeroplano, just because of how vowels are pronounced in the English language. Remember what I said about round and square? So in Tagalog, it's aeroplano. Very square. Aeroplano. And it's not aeroplano or aeroplano. Aeroplano. Used in a sentence, nakakita ako ng eroplano sa himpapawid. Nakakita ako ng eroplano sa himpapawid. Nakakita ako ng eroplano sa himpapawid. In English, I saw an airplane in the sky. I saw an airplane in the sky. I saw an airplane in the sky. Another example of a Tagalog word with the vowel E in it is leeg. Leeg. Leeg, which means neck. I use that example because there are two E's beside each other, and normally we would pronounce this as league. League, or need, like need in English, right? But in Tagalog, you pronounce both vowels separately. Le-eg, 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 and never league. Le-eg. Le-eg means neck. Used in a sentence, Makati ang leeg ko. Makati ang leeg ko. Makati ang leeg ko. In English, that means my neck is itchy. My neck is itchy. My neck is itchy. Let's go to the next vowel. I. Again, in the Tagalog language, it's always pronounced E or E. E or E. E or E. It will never be pronounced as I. It will never be pronounced as I. It will always be E or E. Here are a few examples of words in Tagalog with the vowel I. Iinumin. Iinumin. Iinumin, which means will drink. Will drink. Will drink. Iinumin, will drink. Used in a sentence, iinumin ko ang tubig. Iinumin ko ang tubig. Iinumin ko ang tubig. In English, it translates to I will drink the water. I will drink the water. I will drink the water. So you noticed how in the beginning of the word iibigin, there are two I's beside each other again. And these are never pronounced as just one I, like inumin. Inumin. You have to pronounce both vowels separately. Iinumin. Using an American accent, you might pronounce that as iinumin, iinumin, or iinumin, or inumin, inumin. No long vowels, and always short vowels, and always square and cornered rather than round. Iinumin, iinumin. So that's I. Let's go to O, the O vowel. In Tagalog, as mentioned, it's always pronounced O or O. O or O. It is never O. It will never be O in the Tagalog language. Here's an example. Ooperahan. Ooperahan. Ooperahan, which means will be operated on. Will be operated on. Will be operated on. Used in a sentence, ooperahan ng doktor ang tuhod ko. Ooperahan ng doktor ang tuhod ko. Ooperahan ng doktor ang tuhod ko. In English, the doctor will operate on my knee. The doctor will operate on my knee. The doctor will operate on my knee. Same with if you have two O's beside each other, you never pronounce it as ooh. It has to be pronounced separately. Ooperahan. An example of this is in the word loob. 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 Or inside. Loob means inside. Loob. 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 You don't pronounce it as lube. Lube. It's always loob. Loob. And now to the last vowel, U. In the Tagalog language, U is pronounced oo or oo. Oo or oo. It is never pronounced as It's never pronounced as like under or dumb. It's always oo or oo. Used in a Tagalog word, umuusok. 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 In English, it means it's putting out smoke. It's putting out smoke. It's putting out smoke. Or it's producing smoke. So for example, umuusok ang niluluto ko. Umuusok ang niluluto ko. Umuusok ang niluluto ko. In English, it means smoke is coming out of the dish that I'm cooking. Smoke is coming out of the dish that I'm cooking. Smoke is coming out of the dish that I'm cooking. Umuusok. It is never umausok. Umausok. Does that sound familiar? Umausok. Umausok. If you practice your tongue and your mouth and your throat to say umuusok instead of mausok, you'll be on your way to speaking perfect Tagalog. So let me repeat that. A-E-I-O-U is pronounced A, E, I, O, U, or A, E, I, O, U in Tagalog. There you have it. Remember, practice makes progress and repetition is key. I'll see you in the next lesson. Salamat!